Alright, we are starting the recording here. This is going to be the match between Pete and Syndrome for the Disney Battle Royale 2. I'm going to go ahead and let them know they can start playing. We have Pete versus Syndrome here. And this is going to be a loser's bracket match. So the winner of this will continue on in the tournament, and the loser of this one will be out for this one. Should be a good matchup. We've got Lemon Slayer playing as Pete and Jarek playing as Syndrome. So, trying to start with the timer here. Gonna see if we can't get this going here. We're just gonna drop a new one in here. And let's see. Chess timer. There we go. Now we're starting. Okay. So we have Pete gonna go ahead and head on over. Nope. Change, never mind here. Gonna go gain some power, 3 power. Syndrome going to play 15 years later. Look for a hero. Looks like we're waiting to see. I think we played a Sneaky Pete here. Yep, there we go. Okay. So Pete's playing Sneaky Pete. We're gonna put a card down at the bottom of the deck here. And now we got the -2 strength tokens onto Violet. 15 years later allows a hero to be played to the top of Pete's realm. Looks like we're going to play a second Sneaky Pete and put another card at the bottom of the deck. So we have not sure if we played. I need to see if we're. Yep. Yeah, we played too many cards. Reverse. Alright, so now we've got Syndrome. We went ahead and vanquished Violet, and we got the first Omni Droid off the board. Played a major modification. Reshuffled the deck, and now we've got Minnie out. Minnie's going to block location there at the airport. Pete going over to the service station. And now we are playing the Jalopy, discarding. And oh, we're going to get 2 copies of No Capes. No Capes is played. We have Syndrome has to remain at the location that he's at, and then No Capes is discarded. Going over to Syndrome, he'll be staying at the Par residence, gaining a power, spending 2 for some Velocipod patrols, and fading. I do see Goofy. Goofy lets the Fater move or switch two of Pete's goals around. So it looks like we're going to see a couple of those goals switched. And we got Pete moving over to Podunk Landing. We're resolving a condition here. There's Mr. Incredible. Nice hero to get out of the way early. All right, we're going to play a bandit here. I didn't take a look to see what goals we had going on here, but playing a parrot, which lets him take back a card from his discard pile, choosing the stolen cargo. Alright, Syndrome going to move over and vanquish using second Omnidroid. So 2 Omnidroids down, we're just looking for some major modifications here. We did find the remote and see if we go ahead and play it. Yep. Yeah, sometimes you don't want to hang on to that remote too long in case monologuing comes up and makes you discard some major mods or the remote. Both are bad options. So, alright, we got moving over to the service station and discarding a card. Two cards. And let's see, we're going to Fate Syndrome. We do have Teamwork, so we're going to play Dash. Question is, where do we want to put Dash? Dash is going to take the remote. All of the heroes except for Jack steal the remote when it's out. Pass it back and forth amongst each other. We're going to cover up that top Vanquish spot there. Alright, now Pete gets to go ahead and replace those top 6 cards in any order. See, it looks like we've got Elastigirl, Jack monologuing, Frozone, another Teamwork, and a Force Field. Alright, now we've got Pete's got his choice made for which cards are coming next. Syndrome gonna come and gain 3 power. And discard a couple cards. And see what we have here option-wise. We have Hide, or we have Clarabelle Cow. That's gonna either discard a bandit or allow gold to be revealed. Clarabelle out. And which goal do we want to take a look at? That's going to be the Roundup. Roundup is the goal that requires 10 strength worth of allies to be at that location. Alright, back to Pete's turn here. Over to Podunk Landing, gain 3, spend it on Steamboat. And what are we going to move? We're going to move over the Jalopy. Steamboat gives Pete an extra move an item action. And we're going to see Syndrome go into the Par residence. Syndrome able to keep up a little bit of a heavy fate pressure here. Let's see what we got. Ooh, Donald Duck. Donald Duck is annoying because he prevents other heroes from being vanquished before him. That's a full board worth of heroes for Pete. Gonna go ahead and vanquish Dash. And pass the turn over to Pete. Let's see, what do you do as Pete here? I think I would probably... He does have a horse in hand. I'd probably go ahead and move the bandit to get rid of Donald. It's gonna go ahead and fate. Force field does nothing. And Jack, yeah, I think you try to minimize the incentive to go to downtown Metroville there. Gonna go over to No Manison Island. And we're gonna discard some cards. Pete going to Frontier Town. And vanquishing. We can't vanquish though because of Donald. So now we're doing that. We're moving the Donald. And Pluto, with an item being moved over to his location. Pete going over to the service station, play a horse, move Steamboat Willie right back over. And let's see what kind of a fate we get on Syndrome here. Ooh, we got monologuing. Might try monologuing and see if we can get rid of a major mod or two, but not going to get rid of one in that go. Yeah, what do you do as Pete here? It's a little bit of a rough spot here. And there is Mickey Mouse. Mickey prevents any goals from being completed while he's on the board. He's probably gain 3 and just, yep, airstrike. Get rid of Mickey and ends the turn. Gonna discard some cards. And we got Knocked Silly or Knocked Silly. Knocked Silly discards cards that cost 2 or more from the top 5 revealed. And that's just going to be bank loot. Okay, Pete's going to come over, gain some power. Elastigirl is a May. So Shinjim choosing not to get rid of his ally. So trying to play around. That's what I get here. Make him lose some power and see what another goal is. Go ahead and take a look here. We've got power play. Pete has to spend at least 6 power at that spot. We do have some bandits in hand. If we can get up to 6 power, we can play those. Let's see what we do here. Syndrome's still looking for some major modifications to get out on the board. What do you do? I think at this point, you go get a power and fate. Either that or try to vanquish somebody. Alright, so we do see teamwork. And we got 6 cards here. It's interesting to see the time spent heroes playing against Syndrome. Seems to be spend a little bit more time just due to the fact of having to do teamwork and set up all of these 6 cards worth of fate. But okay. We do see Syndrome's turn here. I'm gonna come discard some cards. And yeah, I think at this point you play 1, and then you're almost up to your reshuffle anyway. So even if you lose that one, you're gonna get those major mods back in the reshuffle. We do have 5 power, and I think we're just gonna go ahead and try to get a goal here. Tired. Unfortunate for Pete there. Chuck some cards, and we got some major mods here. So I think if we don't see That Was Totally Wicked, we're gonna see we're gonna see the Omnidroid come out here. Yep, and there we have 3 major mods. And that's gonna be turn. Then we come to power and turn. And we're gonna go ahead and see. Yep. Identification, please. Go allow that be defeated. And so yeah, we got Horsepower. It's just a rough game here. And I'm not sure what next coming up is. I don't think I'm going to do too much here. Because I don't think that here. I think it was 2 effects that he put back. We're going to go Fate and see what we get. And that's not going to do anything. That's going to be game for Syndrome there. Yeah, the bigger and badder villains, they can dish out some heavy fates, especially for some of the characters that are a little bit more fate fragile. It's hard for them to keep the boards clear. So let's go ahead and there we go. And we'll go ahead and get another timer in there for them. All right, so that was game 1. We saw Syndrome taking a 1-0 lead here. We have best 2 out of 3. So we still got another game or 2 to play here. Pete gets to decide if he wants to go first or second. Let's choose to go first. Put it up here. And Syndrome gets to mulligan as well. We'll see what we get here for mulligan. Looks like just 1 card, maybe. All right. It's going to let Pete start us off here. Come gain a couple power and play a game. So first off, oop, there goes Totally Wicked already. Ooh, lots of the effects. Frozone. Alright, now we're going to see the game resolved here. And ooh, we do see 4 power. That's good. That's good for Pete. Gets a goal right away. And I don't think last time he was able to play any play games, sometimes even without getting a successful goal completion. It helps Pete if he can get some power to then play things later. So Knock Silly coming a turn too late there. We are going to go ahead and see Clarabelle covering up the top fate and revealing a goal here, which it looks like we've got power play. Be nice to go see just, ooh, what do you do here? Go and get the fade in. I think, I don't know about that. I might have gone ahead and covered up downtown Riverville just to de-incentivize that location. Yeah, just some more lost couples. And another fade onto Pete here. And we're going to see Donald's going to cover up some stuff. Rough to see. Syndrome's already in a position to cover up the board here. just go vanquish dash and fade on his next. Let's see, a parrot played to bring back a bandit. And I think we might want to try to keep the board, try to keep it clear. It can be a challenge. Definitely a challenge. Syndrome here. We do see another fate here, and we see Horus. And moving over the Jalopy down to Podunk Landing and back to Pete here. I'm going to discard a couple cards, and so I'm just going to a couple. And what we got here? Mr. Incredible. Covering up that top vanquish there. Yeah, I think I might have tried to disincentivize the fading there. Minnie's gonna come out and discard an item. And discard, we're looking for some, still haven't seen any of the major modifications yet for Syndrome. Not a great matchup Pete condition-wise either. They'll do a whole lot of moving of allies around, potentially, to get to a hero that's that way, but not necessarily getting to get use of those outrage Pete. See a parrot played to take back the Jalopy. Changing our mind, we're just gonna keep up with the fates here. Oh, yep, playing a major mod, which Mr. Credible. I think if Fate with a monologue would be good, but I think we already saw monologuing go by. Oop, there's Mickey Mouse. Yeah, this is not looking good for Pete here. Another rough go of the Fates. Let's see what we get on this end. Last all. Get rid of that plus Pod Patrol. I think it's to take a break from fading here and put that remote out. You don't want to lose anything to monologuing this out. But we'll see if it. Oh, not good. Be looking for some allies to get that girl. We need to repeat here. Well, I think you got to get rid of Donald. And what else? We're just go outlawed here. Add a goal. Which we have rule them. Rule the realm requires Pete to have more allies than heroes at each location. I'm gonna play a sneaky Pete. And lots of bandits in hand. Put one down at the bottom. And Syndrome, gonna keep trying to look through his deck for some major mods. I think you want to go ahead and play that remote at some point. I know monologuing's already gone here, but it can kind of, although he can't really fate, but every other turn. This one, and draw 2 cards. Let's see what we got. A lot of, just trying to, yeah, try to get some heroes on the board here. I'll probably see some bio probes getting rid of over. What do we got? We got Hyde and we got Pluto. Disband it. I think Pete might have forgotten about Donald there too. Donald's over there at the end. And see, I think we're trying to get, yep. Trying to probably find Airstrike to try to clear some of the board off. Haven't had a lot of time elapsed from the game pretty quickly. You see more guards come out for Syndrome. And playing the remote. Yeah, I think that was totally monologuing both in the discard pile. We saw those discarded pretty early. Reminding him Donald again here. I think you probably still do that. I'm not doing it though. I think you probably would have still wanted to do that. You could have played the horse to move the bandit over and then get rid of Donald from that location. But we're just going to go ahead and fate instead here. See what we get. We got Infiltrate, one of the cards you very, very rarely see played. Unless, well, it is played with Teamwork, so we do see the play there. And did we get anything? There's monologuing. Yeah, that was totally wicked not coming up, and Pete can't fate next turn anyway, so we're gonna see the stock come out here in the next couple turns. I think that it's just a rough game for Pete here. Had a definite hard order there. But let's see what we got here. We're gonna put some cards down. Let me see my language here. And let's see. Yep, I think you and get that one. And we're gonna see a fate here. And there's Goofy and Pluto. Moving over a goal. Let's see. Yeah, just not much you can really do with this repeat here, but we're gonna go ahead and go get rid of Donald. I'm not going off because Elastic Girl's too strong. Gonna play, and we're gonna move. We got that last Omnidroid coming up. Alright, what's it do here? We gotta take out Elastic Girl. And we got Odd, which we're gonna lose 2 and take the last goal. Last goal is a roundup. And we're gonna fate. That's what we get. We got Field. No Cape's going to slow him down for 1 turn. But we can't fate again. That's gonna probably just about do here after a couple turns. Just gain 1 fate. And we're gonna discard a bandit. And we can't fate that big game from here. I think they're going to go ahead and call it. Yeah, definitely a rough couple games for Pete there. Just couldn't quite keep the board control of all the heroes there. All the bigger and badder villains definitely got some fate, so I'll hop over and chat with them a little bit about the game here.
Likewise.
Howdy, howdy.
Yep.
Hey.
Hey, wait.
Good games. Good games.
Yeah.
Tough fate lineup there for Pete there.
I sounded so defeated that second game. It was really, he started feeling.
I think it might be able to get the power you needed to get some allies out, and it's hard for Pete to keep the board control on that one when the heroes can come that quick. But
I've said this before. I really feel like the one way they could make it easier is if they just took airship cargo or stolen cargo and made its ability a vanquish action. That would literally make everything like a million times better for Pete.
I agree. Yeah, he doesn't need 2 extra cards that give you 1 extra power.
Outrage is useless.
Yeah, especially
in
this matchup.
Yeah.
Well, one, this matchup, and second of all, everyone knows you have outrage. So why is anyone gonna want to consider moving something when they have no need to?
Well, if you're playing someone like Radigan who has to
when they have to move something,
or
but like
Horned King has to move has to move allies get moved out of the way. So there's
Yeah,
some of them that are kind of forced to.
Yeah, but in
yeah.
any other situation, why would you even have? You have no reason to.
Yeah,
and it makes that ability useless.
The only thing I was thinking, and I know you mentioned earlier, like it's nice to kind of hear feedback when you rewatch games and stuff. I might have tried to a couple times when you were fading at the beginning, try to disincentivize the fate by putting them at the downtown Metroville.
Yeah.
Just to try to disincentivize. You can't mill
the
through your deck
action.
That's what I was.
you cover that discard, but
I considered that every single time. I wanted to disincentivize going there. The problem is that every single time there was logic to play it somewhere else, such as the fact that he was playing his odds.
Yeah, no medicine like always.
No, yeah, I was playing my layer. It was unnecessary to play it there because now he's just blocked any reason. Now he's there, especially if he's there. There's no reason to because now he just goes to one of the other 2 locations with the vanquishes that hero, and then goes back to Metroville.
Yeah, I when I'm playing against it, I like to because even if you're doing that, I like to cover this game because it prevents vanquishing the heroes you got somewhere you can only vanquish every turn. So even putting like if you do it credible here, even like moves that vanquished, it's still an extra turn that he's gonna fade off and stuff.
What I got from teamwork.
Yeah, you're getting
more. No. Absolute trash. All the good cards are here.
Yeah.
There's all the allies. They're absolutely wicked. They're really good.
Plus, I got so
13 years later, rid of like that was totally wicked.
That happened both times.
Yeah.
Both times got rid of wicked with any had it in his starting hand both times.
Yeah. I know.
I swear, there's some untold law that when you play Syndrome, you start with that card in your hand. I swear, I've never played Syndrome without that card in his hand.
There's very few times that I haven't had it either. I wonder. Sometimes I laugh and I wonder about the true randomness of TS shuffling. But
I'm not really since we're just checking. I want to see what happened to me. I'm shuffling to see if that.
Okay, that's fine.
Good. Because I'm really curious. Nope. Actually, no.
It's always the luck of the draw.
Where was this? Where was this game? Where's this match?
It was.
Where was this? Where was Town?
Well, scale so real heroes as well.
True.
Yeah.
She cost me.
She cost me. Yeah.
Also, this location,
yeah.
Why did they put crazy, 3 and they put a 3 and a fate? You're already incentivized to go there to gain the 3 power, on top of being able to fate. It's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
So it's definitely interesting to see how like Bigger and Badder was all kind of designed with that heavy fate action for the 3 of them. Like the 3 of them kind of balance each other out a little bit because they can all fate so much.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Mim has even more than the other 2, but
yeah,
Mim just guaranteed the fate every turn.
But
Mim
yeah,
can fate.
If you have like you're against somebody who's fate locked like a Pete or like a Scar that you can't like clear off that hero and fate at the same turn, it can be a tough matchup.
Yeah, it's a situation that kind of applies to all the boxes where they're very, very balanced toward each other. But when you play against other sets, it's kind of where
just go all, yeah.
And I think you see that more in like a 1-1 because they're definitely balanced for each individual box to be if only the box to play, they're pretty well balanced. And even like if you've got like a 3 or a 4 player game when you're mixing boxes, like it definitely can line up a little better than just possibly like a 1-to-1. So
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's
Really, after fading him a lot, like literally.
Yeah,
but that's how the
he was
game
even
goes.
contemplating at some like he even like felt bad enough that he was contemplating not fading me near the end.
Yeah, the second game, literally.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Because
yes.
again, I was so I was so defeated in my voice the entire time because I couldn't do anything.
But plus, also, if I move your items as well, you can still trigger this as well when I move your items as well.
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
Why did
you
I
can.
do
Yeah.
that? What the
can,
heck?
Yeah, you can do that technically.
It's
Yeah.
bullcrap. Why did I think of that? That makes
Something
one
you know now,
second easier.
dude.
What?
It's something you know now. That's it.
Yep. I swear
The
I've
more
heard
you
that
know,
before. I
the
didn't
more
think
you
about
know.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Oh well.
that means I'm out.
Yep.
Yep, you had
Done.
definitely
Yeah.
played well this tournament, though. You got
Yeah, you
Oh, yep.
did well.
First heat win for Battle Royale.
Yep. So I think we
Should
have. I'm not sure who. Syndrome. Jericho. It
I'm
looks
in
like
losers round.
you'll
Yep.
play the winner of Cruella and Lady Tremaine.
Oh.
And I think
Okay.
I think they're actually playing later this afternoon too, so you might know later this
Yeah,
evening.
that
I
match
thought it
is
would be. I was looking at the tournament. I thought it was gonna fight a classic Captain Hook, maybe.
that match is at 4-5 p.m. today Eastern.
I thought the loser would fight me classic Captain Hook or like or yes yeah something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
so
knows?
because it's right now I'm looking at the bracket. It looks like we've got Cruella Lady Tremaine winner would then play Syndrome. So
Okay.
yep. And
I'm
then
betting Tremaine's gonna take the cake on this one, probably. I would say.
Yeah.
Loser of 33. Which one's 33? So if you win that following one, you would play the loser of. You would play either New Mal, Classic Prince John, or New Captain Hook. Whichever
Okay, I
one of the
see.
three
Yeah.
of them loses that one.
Okay, I see. Yep. I see. Yep.
But
Oh well, I see.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording here. But
Yeah.
All right.
come on, computer. Oh, my computer loves me.